Jen friends, I'm Major Gaurav Arya and you're watching the Chanakya Dialogues English. The TTP, the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan are certainly terrorists. But today, they have a different story to tell. They've come back with data, they've come back with proof that it is the Pakistanis that are launching all these attacks. Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf, I'm asking you this. How does your self-respect even allow you to go to the Americans and ask for their help? You've been blaming that country all along. Falsely so, and now you're begging them for help. Jen friends, I'm Major Gaurav Arya and you're watching the Chanakya Dialogues English. Like this video, subscribe to our channel and don't forget to press the bell icon. China is in a state of deflation and the Chinese economy is getting the hammering of a lifetime. And let me explain. There's a very, very interesting article which I thought that I must discuss with you, and this article has appeared in the BBC, and this says that the official consumer price index, a measure of inflation, fell by 0.3% last month from a year earlier. So they're talking about China, that last month, that is in the month of July. This is August. In the month of July, as compared to last year, it fell by 0.3%. This increases pressure on the government to revive demand in the world's second largest economy. So America being the largest, China is the second largest. And there is lack of demand in the Chinese market. You know, the banks have crashed and there is a real estate crisis in China. You're all aware of that. The problem is that, you know, why India recovered after COVID. And China still hasn't recovered from COVID. India recovered after COVID simply because of the massive demand within India. In China, that is not the case. And China is an economy that is largely export-oriented. We have fantastic, phenomenal internal demand also. Not so in China. Now, this follows weak import and export data, which raises questions about the pace of China's post-pandemic recovery. Just like I was saying, post-COVID, China has not recovered. And they're saying that the country is also tackling ballooned local government debt and challenges in the housing market. So the real estate sector in China, you know, that Everglade, or that company which was the biggest, some say the biggest real estate company in China, that collapsed like a pack of cards. You know, China is building these ghost cities. There is so much of government spending, most of it debt, which they've taken from outside, and the Chinese just seem to, you know, print their currency. They're printing the currency, and you know, the way they have managed their economy, actually the problem with the Chinese economy, above all, I mean, I'm not talking about the fundamentals here. The thing is that it's so opaque, the Chinese economy, that nobody knows what's going on. It's only when the markets start crashing, and so many people in the world, you know, they've actually invested in China. When they start losing money, then they realize that, hey, you know, if this has happened in China, it would have normally taken 6 months to a year to come to this level of a crash, of this loss. But till last month, the Chinese were saying everything is good, everything is fantastic. So if everything is fantastic, why has this happened? You know, America, United States of America has actually written to its own people, investors, that stop investing in certain categories in China. This has already happened. And the US has made it very plain. I'll just come to this news and then I'll go back to the Chinese debt issue. The US is set to ban private equity and venture capital investments in some Chinese technology companies under an executive order the Biden administration will release Wednesday, escalating Washington's efforts to prevent Beijing from developing cutting-edge technology for its military, because in America, everything is privatized. Aircraft carriers to the latest, you know, Lockheed Martin making the F-35, or any artillery system, any infantry weapon, everything in America is privatized. It's in the hand of private companies. And it's very easy to infiltrate a private company vis-a-vis a government organization, because government can put checks and balances, and the government, for the government or government organization, profit is generally not the motive. Though it might be, in the sense that who does not want to be profitable, but there isn't that blind Wall Street kind greed for money that private companies have. And this has been America's undoing. So the Biden administration is, you know, taking out an executive order and they're saying that you can't invest. It's asking American venture capitalists and private equity firms not to invest in certain industries in China. And it would prohibit investments in some forms of those technologies while requiring Americans doing business in China to inform the US government about investments in the 3 high-tech sectors more broadly. So this is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. Now, coming back to deflation in China, they're saying youth unemployment, which is at a record high, is also being closely watched as a record 11.58 million. that is almost, what? 1 crore plus Chinese have entered, or university graduates are expected to enter the Chinese job market this year. So more and more Chinese are entering the job market. There is very little domestic demand, and the economy is deflating actually. There is deflation in the economy. And China hasn't recovered post-COVID. Its economy is no longer that supercharged Chinese economy. And by all estimates, it's going to grow under 4%. So China is taking a beating of a lifetime. And the Indian economy is growing twice as fast as China's. And China still has got a lot of money. It has still got a lot of economic heft and clout. But as the Morgan Stanley report said hardly a week back, that China is now at the end of its growth curve. Whatever China had to grow, it's grown. It's now no longer going to see that kind of exponential growth. There will be growth, no doubt. The Chinese economy will grow. The world is also today, even till today, largely dependent upon China. But those lovely, rosy days, honeymoon days of China, those are most definitely over. Now, in another news that I have, General Asim Munir, Chief of Army Staff of the Pakistan Army, has again threatened the Taliban. And this time the Taliban has said that terror attacks inside Afghanistan are happening from Pakistan. Now look at it this way, so far Pakistan has been blaming Afghanistan. Now Afghanistan has come back with data. They have said this happened, this was done by the Islamic State, so many Afghans died. This attack originated from this city in Pakistan. You guys are sending terrorists inside Afghanistan. This is absolutely crazy. I mean, so far the world was afraid of the Taliban. The world was saying that the Taliban are terrorists and the Tehreek-e-Taliban are terrorists. I won't say that of the Taliban, but the TTP, the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan, are certainly terrorists, But today, they have a different story to tell. They've come back with data, they've come back with proof that it is the Pakistanis that are launching all these attacks. And you never know. Pakistan may have been. I don't have any proof for this, but knowing the Pakistanis, very possible that Pakistanis are carrying out false flag operations on their own soil just to get global sympathy. Because they know that if, and it's unfortunate that I have to say this to you, I don't want to say this to you, but looking at Pakistan's track record, these guys will do anything for money, including killing their own people. Pervez Musharraf sold, so in this day and age, Pervez Musharraf sold 4,000 Pakistanis to the Americans. 4,000 innocent Pakistanis were sold to the Americans. And they were told that these are people from Al-Qaeda, which was not clearly the case. They were innocent people. Somebody was a vegetable vendor, somebody was selling fruit juice, somebody was a shopkeeper. The ISI just went and lifted people and they sold them to the Americans, and beat confessions out of them, took down written statements from them, translated them into English, sent them to the Americans, got thousands upon hundreds of thousands for one person. Pervez Musharraf earned billions of dollars. He sold his countrymen. All those guys in Guantanamo Bay, the Pakistanis, I'm not saying they were not terrorists, but so many of them were not. They were innocent people, lower middle class people who just picked up from the street. Pakistan is very capable of doing that because it has done it in the past. It's very capable of killing its own people to get global sympathy, or try to blame India or do something funny like that. I would not put it beyond the Pakistanis. I put nothing beyond the Pakistanis actually when it comes to money. Now, you see, we have PTI supporters, very surprisingly, Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf supporters. Now, they are petitioning the US government saying that they want a congressional delegation to visit Pakistan because Imran Khan is in jail. Now, this comes as a huge surprise for Pakistan watchers like me. And why does this come as a surprise? Because this was the same Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf that not one year back, it was saying that Imran Khan, 10th of April, Imran Khan was overthrown by a vote of no confidence in the parliament. And it was these people who were saying that it was the United States of America. They in fact named a State Department official. I think Donald Lu or something like that his name was. I forget his exact name. But Donald Lu, let's say it is Donald Lu. Donald Lu is the guy responsible in the United States of America. The government of the United States of America is responsible for overthrowing Imran Khan's government. Imran Khan said so in so many interviews. That was the stated position of the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf for 1 year. For 1 year they were saying that it is the Americans who have done it. And the Americans said, what do we have to do with Pakistan? We don't care about Pakistan. We only cared about Pakistan because we had to go to Afghanistan. Now we have come out of Afghanistan. We don't care. We don't care if Pakistan blows up. Who cares about Pakistan? We don't. And they just brushed their hands and they moved aside. But Pakistanis kept on blaming United States of America. And that is how Imran Khan became a cult figure. He was already famous. Imran Khan, ladies and gentlemen, was already very, very famous in Pakistan. He was a superstar in Pakistan. 1992 World Cup cricket winning captain. Of course, very popular. But please remember, in 2018, when Imran Khan became when he became the Prime Minister of Pakistan, Imran Khan was not, he was not there with an absolute majority. It wasn't as if Pakistan was going ecstatic and saying that, hey, Khan's the guy. And it's not like that. He had to take help from a lot of political parties, and this quote-unquote help was managed by the ISI. It was managed by General Faiz Hamid. It was managed by him. And these are the people, Faiz Hamid was number 2 at that point in time. And it was managed by General Faiz Hamid. He was number 2 at the ISI, if I'm not mistaken. And it was he who managed everything. It was Qamar Javed Bajwa who managed everything. The former army chief, General Qamar Javed Bajwa. He managed everything for Imran Khan. He called up these small little political parties and said, you support PTI, you support PTI, you support PTI. Now, in Pakistan, nobody can say no to the Pakistan army. So everybody supported the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf, and that is how Imran Khan became the Prime Minister of Pakistan. And then he fell out with the army chief, etc., for problems that he himself had created. Having said that, when he was removed from power on the 10th of April in 2022, it was the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf and Imran Khan himself, the leader of the PTI, who went to town, who gave interviews to Al Jazeera, to BBC, to CNN, to Anadolu Agency, or whatever the name is of that Turkish thing, news media outlet, and to every Pakistani news channel saying that this is an American conspiracy. And there are many interviews I asked him, Mr. Khan, how do you say this is an American conspiracy? So he says there was a cipher. But they said that cipher was written by a Pakistani to a Pakistani. How does that prove that this is an American conspiracy? No, it's an American conspiracy. And the Pakistanis are always on the lookout for a messiah. They're always on the lookout for some prophet or some angel who will come down from heaven and save them. And they thought that this angel was Imran Khan. Imran Khan had no plan. Imran Khan's governance left much to be desired. Imran Khan was not experienced in statecraft. Imran Khan crashed Pakistan's boat. But the fact of the matter is, as soon as Imran Khan invoked the name of the Americans, Pakistanis united. Because Pakistan is a strange nation. Pakistan has grown up on American money. The Pakistanis never earned anything except for a few $100 million here and there. Pakistan has no industry to speak of. Pakistan has nothing. Pakistan was afloat because of American dollars for the past 75 years, or at least 73 years. It has been afloat on American dollars, on Saudi aid, on Chinese money. But suddenly, they forgot everything that, the Americans had helped us. It is because of the Americans that we are able to eat, that our children are able to go to school, that there are roads in Pakistan. They forgot all of that because there was this grand conspiracy. And for some reason, everybody, every superpower in the world, every economic powerhouse in the world, every big country in the world is out to conspire against Pakistan. This is what even educated, highly educated Pakistanis believe. This concept of a conspiracy. That Pakistan is so good, Pakistan is the center of the universe. Everything good that happens in Pakistan. We have the best Muslims anywhere in the world. The Arabs are idiots. The Malaysians are idiots. The Indonesians are idiots. Everybody, all the Muslims in the world, they're idiots absolutely. Only good people, the only good Muslims are the Pakistani Muslims. This is what the Pakistanis believe. And this lie, this nonsense, they have been feeding to their own people. And the people believed it. As soon as Imran Khan said, hey, there's a conspiracy and the United States of America has conspired, to end my reign. Everybody came together and said, oh, is that so? We are with you, Imran Khan. And why did they say that? It's very important, ladies and gentlemen, that you understand why the Pakistanis, gathered around Imran Khan and said, we'll support you. Because Pakistan has not seen a good day in its 75 years of existence, except for a day or two when they won the World Cup in 1992. Apart from that, Pakistan has only heard bad news. There has hardly been any good news in Pakistan. But suddenly, this was taken as good news. A country down in the dumps, shaky economy, because the US had obviously stopped giving money because they went out of Afghanistan. They left Afghanistan. So, shaky economy, everything down in the doldrums. But suddenly, Imran Khan, the Prime Minister of Pakistan, because he was about to be removed. And so, the Prime Minister of Pakistan says that there is a conspiracy against America. And now what does that tell the Pakistanis? It does not tell the Pakistanis that there is a conspiracy by America against you. No, that is not the message that the common Pakistani takes home. The common Pakistani takes home the message that I am so important. I am so important. I am so influential. I am the best of the best. And I am so important in this world that Joe Biden has to take out time and conspire against me. This is the message that all the Pakistanis took back home. They rallied around Imran Khan. They created this huge problem for everybody. They embarrassed themselves, which they do on a daily basis almost. And they embarrassed themselves and they said, we will do this and we will do that and whatever the Pakistanis said that they wished to do, and condemn the Americans. And they said imported hukumat na manzoor, which imported government is not acceptable to us, which is what it means from Urdu to English. And they said that Shehbaz Sharif is an American puppet, Qamar Javed Bajwa is an American puppet, and they said all of that for 1 year. They said all of that for 1 year, from 22 to 23. And today, the same Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf that blamed the Americans for all the ills in Pakistan society is now begging and groveling at the feet of the Americans, saying, please interfere in our affairs again. And this country claims to be sovereign. They want a congressional delegation to go to Pakistan and tell the Pakistani government, get Imran Khan out of prison. And they don't see any. The beautiful part is the Pakistanis don't see any hypocrisy in this. They don't see any hypocrisy in blaming the Americans one day and immediately afterwards seeking their help the next day. And this is so like Imran Khan. He abused Prime Minister Modi and then he complained publicly that Prime Minister Modi does not take my phone calls. And to the Pakistani mind, this is absolutely okay. This is absolutely okay. You abuse a person for no fault of his, you keep on abusing him, he does not respond to you because he does not think you're fit enough to be responded to. So he ignores you, you keep on abusing him, and then one fine day you give him a couple of phone calls when he does not take your call, right? Then you complain to the rest of the world that, what's wrong? Why didn't he take my call? There is something wrong with the Pakistanis here in them. There is something wrong with the Pakistani psychology. The country needs to go to a psychiatrist. I'm telling you, I'm certain of that. I mean, just look at this. Abusing the Americans for a year and then groveling at their feet asking for help. How does your self-respect allow you to go to the Americans? Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf, I'm asking you this. How does your self-respect even allow you to go to the Americans and ask for their help? You've been blaming that country all along. Falsely so, and now you're begging them for help. What a shameless bunch. So ladies and gentlemen, with this I come to the end of my video. If you like this video, press like, subscribe to our channel and don't forget to press the bell icon. Jai Hind, Vande Mataram, Bharat Mata ki Jai.